In the year 632, on a gentle autumn morning in the radiant palace of Chang'an, a princess was born. Her father was Emperor Taizong of Tang, the mighty ruler who had laid the foundation for the Tang Dynasty's enduring prosperity. From the moment her first cry filled the air, palace astrologers whispered of a radiant star shining in the heavens, a sign of an extraordinary life ahead, one full of brilliance but also fraught with trials. She was named AnDing, but history remembers her best by her title, Princess Ngua. AnDing grew up amidst the golden splendor of Chang'an. Her parents adored her, and it was easy to see why. She was intelligent, beautiful, and displayed exceptional qualities from a young age. By the age of 5, she could recite ancient poems with a voice as clear as the strings of a zither. By 7, her calligraphy rivaled that of the palace's finest tutors. Yet, what Emperor Taizong admired most was not her talents but her sharp intellect and unyielding spirit. When she was only 10, an incident occurred that shocked the palace and revealed the strength of her character. Jealous concubines, envious of her growing favor, concocted a scheme to accuse her of stealing a valuable item from the imperial harem. Emperor Taizong, despite his love for his daughter, maintained strict discipline and summoned her to explain herself. Standing tall before her father,
AnDing shed no tears.
she calmly presented evidence that exposed the lies of her accusers and dismantled their scheme. Her keen reasoning silenced the court, earning her admiration and respect. From that day on, Emperor Taizong often jested that had she been born a son, she would have been his most capable heir. Her childhood was not only filled with diligent study but also shaped by early exposure to power. Though a busy ruler, Emperor Taizong often discussed state matters with her, imparting lessons on governance and responsibility. He wanted her to understand that being royalty was not merely about enjoying luxury but bearing a duty to the people. On one occasion, when a minister accused a border general of corruption, Emperor Taizong sought AnDing's opinion. After pondering the issue, she responded thoughtfully, "Father, if someone of great merit is punished too harshly for a small mistake, it might discourage loyalty in others. But if leniency is given without caution, could damage public trust. I think careful evidence should come first." Her words left Emperor Taizong silent for a moment before he burst into laughter, saying, "My daughter is not only intelligent but wiser than many of my ministers." However, her sharp mind and quick wit also drew envy and suspicion. She became a target of whispers and scheming among court ladies. AnDing was well aware of the gossip, yet she chose not to engage in petty rivalries. Instead, she focused on proving her worth through actions. On moonlit nights, she often sat by her window, gazing out at the vast imperial palace, quietly asking herself, "Who am I in this world? A princess confined by silks and brocade, or someone who can shape her own destiny?" 16. The answer to that question began to unfold. Emperor Taizong announced her engagement to General Xue Rengui, a legendary warrior of the Tang Dynasty. Xue Rengui was celebrated for his unmatched bravery in defending the northern borders against the relentless incursions of the Gokturks. But for AnDing, he was a stranger, and their marriage felt more like a political maneuver than a personal choice. On the eve of her wedding, she wrote a letter to her father. "Dearest father, I understand that this is my duty to our family and our country. But, oh father, I am but a 16-year-old girl, unprepared for this journey. Yet, I will go, because I know you trust me." Her wedding day was a grand occasion, attended by the entire court. Xue Rengui, clad in resplendent golden armor, looked every bit the war god people had described. Yet, when his eyes met hers, there was a palpable awkwardness. He, a seasoned warrior accustomed to the battlefield, found himself at a loss for words before this young princess. She, an artistic soul with delicate dreams, struggled to see herself beside a man so vastly different. Throughout the ceremony, Xue Rengui said only one thing to her: "I promise to protect you, as I protect this nation." The early days of their marriage were not easy. Xue Rengui spent most of his time at the frontier, leaving AnDing alone to adapt to her new life in a distant land. Yet, she refused to let loneliness consume her. With her intelligence and resilience, she gradually earned the trust and respect of those around her, including her husband. On one occasion, when Xue Rengui faced a crisis at the border, AnDing devised a brilliant strategy. She suggested feigning retreat to lure the enemy into unfavorable terrain. Her plan worked, leading to a decisive victory. From then on, Xue Rengui saw her not just as his wife but as a trusted partner. This part of her story ends with AnDing standing atop a hill, gazing out toward the distant horizon. Her heart was torn between her desire for freedom and her sense of duty. As a gentle breeze carried the faint echo of battle drums from the north, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and whispered to herself, "I will not live only for myself. I will live to honor my family and serve this nation." Her destiny was no longer her own. It was now entwined with the trials and tribulations awaiting her on the path ahead, where war and fateful decisions would test her resolve.